Hello, I'm Francis Seeley from GlobalNet21, and I'd like to show you the clips of video that we've got here that was taken on a mobile camera at a meeting we did this week. And for two reasons I'd like you to look at it. First, as an example, really, of how anyone can engage in what you might call citizen journalism. They can use their mobile phone and they can take a snippet of an event, a demonstration, a happening, and put it on video and let people see what's happening that you don't normally see in the conventional media. And secondly, the meeting itself was about future democracy, alternative ways of doing democracy to the representative conventional system we have today. And that's worth looking at. In fact, we looked at 4 different models. We looked at deliberative democracy, where people get together and deliberate and create a consensus. Ireland used that particular method in its decision over abortion. It got groups together and came to a decision that way, which influenced its parliament. We looked at sortition, where instead of using political parties to select candidates are selected from the general public by random. And thirdly, we looked at proportional representation, where we don't have the first past the post system, but that candidates are chosen proportionately to the number of people who vote for them. And finally, we looked at the whole area of digital democracy and how that enables us to have more direct democracy, and some of the downfalls as well as some of the advantages of that. So let's look at the 2 clips. This is the first one to look at now.
So these outcomes stem from a political culture shaped by first past the post. We need to change the system, not just for fairer results, but for fairer outcomes and a better democracy.
Someone just said it's quite hard work getting it into 8 minutes. It certainly is. Winston Churchill once opened a fete in his constituency during the war, and they didn't think he was going to go down there. And he did, and he got up and he opened the fete and spoke for 45 minutes, and the woman said, you know, all this pressure around there, so pleased. You spoke for 45 minutes, and he said, we're really sorry, I just didn't have enough time to make a 5-minute speech. that really sums up what's happened. Anyhow, we've got Ed now, who's going to tell you a bit about himself, and he's standing in for Max. I mean, we've been talking about representative democracy, how we can change that, and that's been developing in the last 300 years. But something's overtaken all of that now, and it's the digital revolution. The digital revolution means that we can get people's views instantaneously. We can actually measure what people are thinking, doing, behaving, feeling by big data, even without actually consulting them. We know more about what they are and what they do. Now, lots of people are now looking at how we can develop forms of direct democracy, forms of digital democracy in the future, to actually not only create a more democratic system here, but globally as well. I know Max has been doing that with the development of hackathons, and Ed's been very involved in all that. He's going to tell us about the possibilities of digital democracy.
Cool, thank you. Firstly, I'm sorry Max isn't here, and I hope I can talk to some of the things that he would mention this evening, whilst also beating my own drum a little bit. So I've been working in digital democracy for the last 3 years, and we've actually reached a point where we're about to pivot, and we're about to not do digital democracy. And so I'm sort of going to talk against democracy as a way of getting things done, because the world is shifting a little bit, and maybe we need new ideas. So the reason I started doing digital democracy was because it seemed that we need to change the rules. The rules that we currently have, the incentives that we have, are dysfunctional and leading to perverse outcomes. You know, lots of the time they work, but lots of the time they just don't, and those bits where they don't really screw things up for everybody else, like, you know, the environment. And so how do you do that? Well, if you're going to change the rules, you need better engagement, you need better decisions, you need better information, and you need more people taking more action. And so it sort of stands to reason, like, hey, we've got mobile phones, digital democracy, right? Correct. And so there are 2 things that sort of converged at the same idea, same time. And who here, hands up if you are against fracking? Okay, keep your hands up. Put your hands down if you buy your energy from a green energy supplier. Okay, so here, so the people who've still got their hands up, there's a dissonance there, right? Your values and your actions aren't aligned. And so I made a website called Unfrack. You can put your hands behind that now, thank you. I made a website called Unfrack Me, where it just says, hey, do you buy your energy from the big six? Yeah! Say, what was 97% of the people, now about 87% of the people. Right. Do you support fracking? No! Okay, do you realise you're putting about £1,000 a year towards something you don't like? Now, at the same time, you get those people to switch their energy supply, but at the same time, you can capture that data and you can say, okay, where are you, what's your email address? And then you can say, here's a whole bunch of data, we can send that off to your MP.
The reason for looking at that was not just to begin looking at the whole area of democracy, but also to show how interested people are in talking about democracy. The number of people who turned up at that meeting was huge. I mean, the room was absolutely packed. There were people standing, almost sitting on each other's laps. And that's really encouraging because, you know, yet people are interested in politics. They may not be interested in party politics, they may not be interested in conventional politics, but they are interested in political issues and they do want to get involved. Well, let's look at this second snippet, which is done vertically, and it really looks at another form of democracy, which Ed Dowling talked about in his presentation when he looked at digital democracy. And he talked about something called liquid democracy. We don't hear much of that in the UK, but it's been discussed in other areas. I think the Pirate Party in Italy is in favour of it. I think they've talked about it a lot in Australia, and they've got quite a lot of discussion going on about it in Germany. But it's a rather different method. Anyhow, we'll hear about that here. So let's look at this clip now.
Essentially, it's a process that allows every voter to delegate their vote to another named individual, but they can do that on a case-by-case basis, and such voting can aggregate up so that someone might end up controlling 1 million votes, or someone might choose to vote directly themselves on the issue.
Perfect, that was a brilliantly succinct example. So at the moment, we delegate our vote to our local MP. Whether we voted for them or not, our vote gets delegated to that person. Now, what we were saying was that, okay, let's run those questions in parallel. And so you vote like an MP, and then after time we can go, okay, so this month you've disagreed with your MP 87% of the time on these topics. Would you like to give health to someone else? Would you like to give education to someone else? Yes. And then you can have your default fallback of your MP, but you can go, actually, you're a lot better at health stuff than my MP is. And so you can route decisions around, which then saves the petition fatigue that you get. I don't want to vote all the time on all the questions, especially stuff I don't know about. I don't know enough about health, whereas she does. And so you get this brilliantly sort of emergent network of where power and delegation and trust floats upwards. And so you restore trust to the system. And then every time these people vote, they explain why they voted as they did, and so education floats back down the system. And so you end up with a much more engaged, much more informed decision-making system that can also then scale to be used locally, nationally, regionally, globally, around areas like, you can define any area you like, in fact, because we know exactly where everybody is and what they want. And so you can start to get lots of really powerful data out of this. So you can say, you can line around it and say, what do people in this area think about this park? And so you can make decisions that are relevant to you. And you can design it so that it learns more about what you want. Now, okay, so that's liquid democracy. So what we then set about doing was building this thing called Represent. And we put in, unlike petitions, we put in a disagree button. So that it is actually democracy. You do have the ability to say what you want. Preference scales, multiple choices, that sort of stuff. We have maps and demographics, and this is all still there, by the way. Represent.me is the website. Maps, demographics, and crucially correlations between questions. Because correlations allow you to hold up a mirror to people and go, okay, you guys are the problem? Like, you're trying to get your MPs to make these decisions, but you're giving them really conflicted signals. You want to leave Europe, but you want free movement. Like, come on, guys, let's work it out. And so it allows you to then go back to those people who are conflicted, who've said, I want this and I want that. and just send a whole bunch of follow-up questions to those people and go, okay, that's fine, but let's unpack that. Let's work out what we actually want here. Let's answer 5 more questions and then see whether we can form some form of consensus. And so if you've got this, this open data that we have, you can then say, okay, well, show me London, show me transport, show me the statistically significant questions, and then sort by consensus. And so you've got your to-do list for the London transport system. And we were pushing that out sort of 1 question a day onto mobiles, onto chatbots, and got pretty good engagement. But what we found was that parties, political parties...
Okay, so these 2 clips just give us an idea what the meeting was like, about the interest there is in politics, and the interest there is in the future of our democracy. Future democracy is a theme that we're going to carry on in GlobalNet throughout the coming year. We have several meetings on that we're doing jointly with the Conway Hall Ethical Society. We're having House of Commons meetings. We're going to have discussions around that at London Met University and involve students from different universities, and we'll probably do several online webinars about it. So it's a theme that will run, and we'll hope you'll join in because it is an important topic. In fact, our House of Commons meeting is saying 2018 might be the critical year for the health of our democracy, whether we can restore it, create it, renew it in a renewed way, or whether it will descend into a new form of crisis. So I hope you'll join us because that debate is important for all of us.